Every year, the city of Havre de Grace honors the legacy of community members who advocate for equitable access to education for Harford County African Americans with the Langston Hughes Youth Oratorical Contest. With me in the studio to tell us about this highly anticipated event is Brittany Powell. She's board secretary of the Havre de Grace Colored School Museum and Cultural Center and co-chair of the Oratorical Contest. Welcome.
Thank you so much for having me.
Let's get right down to it. First of all, let's talk about the museum a little bit, and then we'll talk about the contest because it's all connected.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah.
So the Havre de Grace Colored School Museum and Cultural Center honors the legacy of those that advocated for equitable access to education for African American students in Harford County. It was the first high school for African American students in Harford County, and before it was erected, it was one of 14 grammar schools that served African American students across the region. Anyone that wanted their child to pursue education after 8th grade had to send them out of the county. The original building was constructed in 1912 and served students in grades K to 8. And then in 1936, they opened the high school portion of the building, and that continued to serve students in the region for high school education until Harford County schools were integrated 10 years after Brown v. Board of Education.
Wow, really fascinating history and an important one. So now what is the connection with the museum and Langston Hughes?
So Langston Hughes was a close friend and fraternity brother of the school's first principal, Leon S. Roy. So he used to come to the school and work with students. We have the historic Langston Hughes room in the basement of the original white A-frame schoolhouse where Langston Hughes used to come and orate with students. And many of our board members are former school students themselves, and they remember Langston Hughes coming and hearing him speak and seeing him there with the school's first principal, Leon S. Roy.
All right, so this is keeping this tradition of oratory alive. Tell me a little bit about the contest and what is demanded or required to be competing in an oratorical contest.
Absolutely. So the contest is open to students in public, private, and home schools across Harford County, grades 6 to 12. We usually have two categories, a middle school category and a high school category. Students deliver 4 to 5 minute oratorical speeches on a theme that is connected to Langston Hughes' work. This year's theme is Let Life Be Like Music. And the students submit preliminary applications and really quick short video snippets. Those are usually due to us this year by January 8th.
Okay.
And then we have a committee that comes together, they review the student submissions, and then we select 3 finalists in the middle school category and 3 finalists in the high school category. And then that event is held at the Opera House in Havre de Grace this year on February 4th at 1 p.m. It's open to the public, and that's where students deliver their final speeches.
Terrific. And we just had a chance to see, as you were describing that, photos from past contests. And so they're all up on stage at some point at the same time, and then the results are given. I'm sure people are excited about the winners and very excited.
Yeah, we usually have guest judges from across the community. So we've had, local community members, people from different churches and congregations come. Civic leaders have served as judges before. So they judge the final submissions, the final competitors at that competition. But everybody is already a winner. There are cash prizes in first, second, and third place categories. And then 10 selected runners-up also receive $100 consolation prizes. So
terrific.
by the time you're selected to be there on stage, you're already a winner. So we tell students, relax, enjoy it, and lift us up with your words.
Okay, so there's a whole calendar of events and different deadlines, and you can go onto the website, my understanding is, and register that way.
Yep, absolutely. There's an application on our website and then a Dropbox link where you send in your original video submission. Then we also have a coaching session for the selected finalists. So we bring people in. Previous students have come back for that coaching session before, and they give you tips and pointers on how to refine your speech. So many times we have people who are new to oratory competitions that are doing this for the very first time. So it's a nice, gentle introduction to the competition.
And perhaps some future preachers or politicians, and it's also great practice, I guess, I would imagine, for just, going off to college and all that. It's a wonderful experience.
Absolutely. We've had several students come back from their freshman year and help with the coaching session, and also just email and say, I'm really using those skills that I developed in the competition now that I'm here at school. And it's always so wonderful to stay connected to them as well.
Well, terrific. It sounds like a wonderful contest. Thank you so much, Brittany, for telling us about it and all the work you're doing on its behalf.
Yes, thank you so much for having me.